In this video, we will talk about sleep diary. Sleep diary is one of the key component of this program. Without doing a sleep diary, you will not be able to successfully complete this program because we need the information first to find out where is the problem. Do you have problems during nighttime? You are waking up quite a bit, or do you have problems you are spending too much time in your bed, or do you have problems that you are not sleeping at the regular time? So sleep diary is the most important aspect to figure out what is the cause of insomnia. Ideally, we would like to get at least couple of weeks worth of data to figure out which aspect of sleep apnea you will need to work on. As I mentioned, if you are spending too much time in bed after you wake up, that can cause problems with sleep throughout the next day. If you're trying to go to sleep and spending too much time in the bed, that can also cause problems with sleep. But we will only be able to find that out once we will find out what time you are going to bed, how many hours are you sleeping, and when you are waking up, if you are spending too much time in bed. So let's talk about different things that we usually hear about people who are being diagnosed with sleep problem. One of the things you will hear is that people will talk about going to sleep lab for diagnosing of sleep problem. In my experience, sleep lab does not diagnose insomnia as well as sleep diary can, because once you go to sleep lab, people have problems who have insomnia going to sleep, and the data is not as accurate because ideally you need to have at least a couple of weeks of data for that. So it's better to do it at home with your sleep diary. The other thing is people will talk about smartwatches and Fitbit trackers. They are good for finding out how many calories you have burned, but in my experience they are not good in diagnosing insomnia, because problem with those trackers are they think that you are asleep when you are not moving, and we know people with insomnia, they lie down in their bed quite a bit and then they go to sleep. So they are not moving, but they are also not sleeping, but those Fitbit tracker feels that the person is sleeping, so sometimes they don't give an accurate data. It's a good device, and hopefully in the future it will be able to track things better. So this is the sample sleep diary, and what I would like you to do, is to go through the sleep diary with me, and then we can write down some of the data in those sleep diaries. So it will make pretty good sense once we finish, the sleep sample sleep diary. So you can start this diary any day. Ideally, I would recommend at least 2 weeks worth of data. So let's say if you wake up on Tuesday morning, you will still be writing it on Monday section, because you went to bed on Monday night, you fall asleep on Monday night, even when you woke up on Tuesday, but still you will put all the information on Monday section. The other thing is, you don't have to be perfectly accurate. I would recommend try not to look at your watches too much when you wake up in the middle of night. So you just need a rough estimate, because it will give you a pretty good idea, and that's why we are doing it for a couple of weeks, so we will have a mean or average of all this information, and that will give us a pretty good idea about when you fell asleep, how many times you woke up, what was your wake up time, and what time you came out from bed. But as soon as you come out from your bed, if you want to grab something to eat or drink, while you are doing it, try to jot things down. And as I mentioned, you don't have to be perfectly accurate to do that. So let's go through Monday first, and then we will talk about how to calculate total time in bed and total sleep time and sleep efficiency. We will not talk about sleep efficiency in this lecture. We'll talk about in future lecture. So don't worry about sleep efficiency at this time. The main thing we will like you to calculate is total time spent in bed and total sleep time. They are both different. Total time spent in bed is the moment you went to bed and the moment you came out from your bed in the morning, and total sleep time is the total sleep that you had. So we will first calculate that, and then we will subtract the wakefulness time you had from your total time spent in bed, and it will give us the total sleep time. So once we will do it, it will make perfect sense. So let's believe that you went to bed at 9 p.m. on Monday. Around 9:30 p.m. you fell asleep. You woke up at least 2 times, let's say, and each time it took you around 30 minutes to fall asleep. So you woke up 2 times, so around 60 minutes total. You had problems. 60 minutes it took you to go back to sleep. You woke up on your alarm because you set up an alarm, and you woke up at 6 in the morning. It took you around 30 minutes to came out from the bed because you felt you did not have a good night's sleep. So it took you around 30 minutes. So let's say 30 minutes. You woke up you came out from your bed at 6:30 in the morning. So total time you spend will be this time that you went to bed, and then you will wake up. You came out of bed at 6:30 in the morning. So if you calculate from 9 p.m. to 6:30 a.m., it's 9.5 hours. So total sleep time will be the total time spent in bed. So let's see, total time spent in bed was 9.5 hours. So that was, let's type here, total time spent in bed. And then total sleep time will, so what we will do, we will subtract I think the spelling is right. Okay, subtract from total time spent in bed. We will subtract the total the amount of time you were awake. Okay, so let's calculate that. So you were awake for 30 minutes here. So let's say 30. Okay, let's say 30 minutes awake. 30 minutes took you to go to sleep. Then you woke up 2 times. So total time awake then was 60 minutes. So 60 minutes. And then you came out of your bed at 6:30 in the morning, though you were awake at 6. So you were in the bed for 30 minutes and you were not sleeping. So then we will 30 minutes. So if you calculate all these minutes, okay, let's move it. Okay, so if you calculate 30 minutes, 60 minutes, it comes to 2 hours. So what you will do, you will subtract 9.5 hours from 2 hours. It will come at 7.5 hours. So total sleep time is 7.5 hours. Okay, so this is very important. So again, total time spent in bed minus amount of time you were awake, it will give you this time, which is total sleep efficiency. Okay, this is total time spent in bed, and this is total sleep time. So they both are very important, and we will find out why in the future lecture, but I would like you to jot down this information throughout the week, and then we will have a good data point, and then we will take the average of that data, and then we will get the sleep efficiency. But we will talk about it in the future lecture. Thanks for watching.